How you doing? It's such a pleasure
Good,
talking to you.
good. No, I'm doing great. Oh, it's been a lot of interviews today. Um,
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah, it's great because everybody wants to talk about the band and the record, and it's good. It's better than us having to
Yeah.
call people up and beg them like, please do an interview. Although they might have done that too.
First of all, congratulations, talking about it. First of all, congratulations for the new album, Get Rolling, which is coming soon. Tell me everything about this album. How was the production? What's the difference between this album and the other ones?
Um, well, it's the new one. Um, so with this one, the pace was just so relaxed. Um, Everybody was in lockdown. Uh, and like in Canada, I don't know what it was like in Brazil, but in Canada, we weren't allowed to have more than 6 people in one house at a time to try and help slow the spread. Um, and I wish that we had started sooner, but we just didn't know how long that it was going to take for things to open up.
Yeah.
And so probably halfway through, we decided, okay, we're going to have to cancel this tour. We can't keep postponing. It doesn't look like people are going to be able to tour for quite a while. So we let the dates go, and then it was time to get in the studio. It's like, all right, well, if we've got all this time, let's come up with some new music. Let's get in there and get some new material going. And the first thing we do is we always go through the vault, which I call, this vault of material, this vault of ideas and song titles, lyrics, choruses, whatever it might be. And picking and choosing some things that we'd like to work on, and then just completely writing some brand new stuff as well. But the one thing that's different, because we were always it was like, make a record, go on tour, make a record, go on tour. And so we never really had the luxury of time, because we were always given a date. We're going to release at this time. We've got to be mixing at this time. We've got to be mastering at this time. We've got to do all these things. It all has to line up. And then there's a tour coming, and everything has to coordinate. But with this one, it was like, take your time. you got lots of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that definitely set this apart in terms of creativity with this one. But this one, it goes through a lot of different eras. We move from those days with going to the 80s when we grew up and touching on all that stuff, and then going to like the 70s with a song like High Time, right up all the way to San Quentin, which sounds like it's very immediate, it's very now. So it definitely travels through time in a wonderful way, I think.
What has changed in you guys since the first album, as a person, of course, and as a musician?
Well, I guess
A lot.
we're supposed to be older and wiser, but I don't think that's the case. I think I may have gotten dumber. In terms of music, it's just whatever we're feeling on any given day. There's no agenda with the band. Like, we don't ever have to say, oh, we've got to come up with a radio song, or we don't have to say, oh, we've got to do this for this type of fan. It's the band has to be, we have to be satiated creatively first. Once we sit back and we love it, then it's like, okay, now let's give it to the fans and hope they like it. Because if we made it and we enjoy it, all we can do is hope that they're going to enjoy it. So creatively, we get to just keep going, which is nice. And no one has told us to stop making music yet. So we're just going to keep going as long as people are interested.
Talking about the fans, what's your relationship with your Brazilian fans?
Well, the two biggest shows we played were both of the Rock and Rios that we did. And like that first one, I didn't know what to expect. I just couldn't believe how many human beings were between myself and the end of the festival. there, you know, I think the first one was just over 100,000, and I think that the last time we played, which is the last show we played, was in Rock in Rio. There was over 120,000 people there. Yeah, that's a lot of humans. That's a lot of people. And, you know, it was our first time to Brazil, first time to Rio, and we started playing and everybody was screaming all the lyrics. They're just singing the lyrics back to us. And I had no idea that, you know, anybody was even gonna know who the hell we were in Brazil. And then we got there and everybody was singing along. And we talk about this, like, I've spoken multiple times about that show today in interviews all over the world. India, Germany, Italy, London. I've been on the phone with everybody, and anytime someone brings up one of these moments, like, what's a big standout highlight moment? I'm like, if you've never been to Rock in Rio, you have to go. You will not believe what goes on there. So yeah, that's the relationship with the fans I have. I'm in absolute love with them.